Hi everyone, it's Yori. Welcome back to my lab and today's video, which is going to be my February favorites. February, of course, is a short month, but I did take the time to try out a lot of new makeup products and I have some favorites to share with you today. So let's go ahead and get started. I have a couple of highlighter favorites. The first one is a highlighting palette, and the palette itself is no longer available. However, you can purchase the highlighters individually, which I think is a little bit better because that way you can make sure that the shade that you choose is going to work for your particular skin tone. And the highlighting palette that I'm mentioning is by Stila Cosmetics, and this one is called the Starlight Star Bright Highlighting Palette. It was from holiday, not this year but prior, and I was lucky enough to be able to purchase the palette and try out the shades inside. And the one that I recommend the most, I would say, is the shade Kitten, which is the one in the middle here, and the shade Transcendence, which is an iridescent, sort of subtly pink iridescent highlighter. And I think that these look so beautiful on the skin. I covered this palette in a 5 in 5 featuring Stila Cosmetics. I just could not believe that I had overlooked this in my collection for that long. And the nice thing is that these are all available individually if you would like to see them. I can definitely give you a quick swatch of all three so you can get an idea of which one might be most suitable for your skin tone. Okay, so there you have them. This one is Transcendence, Kitten, and this one is called Bronze. I think Kitten is probably going to be the most universal, but if you have a deeper skin tone, then Bronze would be beautiful for you as well. And the Transcendence shade is again an iridescent pink highlight, so if you have very fair skin, this one might work very well for you. Or if you just like some of the more fun unicorn kind of vibes for highlighting shades. I did already talk about this quite a bit in that video, so I definitely don't want to talk it to death right now, but I think that if you have not checked out Stila's highlighters, you definitely should. It's an interesting creamy putty formula, which is unlike any other highlighter I've ever tried before, and I highly recommend them. I will leave the full-size products link in the description box down below in case you're interested in checking those out. The other highlighters that I wanted to mention are from Ofra Cosmetics. I'm mentioning them more in terms of the formula rather than the shades themselves. The ones that I have are the highlighter in Beverly Hills and the one in Rodeo Drive. I got these in BoxyCharm last year sometime, and I think I got this one in my very first BoxyCharm, and it's been in my collection for a while. I really like these highlighters because they are intense. If you like an intense highlight, then the Ofra formula is going to be for you. I also really love that this brand is now available on Ulta Beauty, so you can definitely use your points or collect points and use your coupons and things like that. If you were choosing between the two, I would definitely suggest the shade Beverly Hills because there are actually 5 different highlighter shades in here and you can mix and match and customize your own highlighting color. I've definitely been using these all month. I put them in my monthly makeup basket for the month of February, and I just love these highlighters for when I want an intense glow. It's not more for an everyday kind of highlight, but if you're looking to shine, then these will definitely do it for you. I have 2 brush favorites. I think every single month we can pretty much bet I'm gonna have a brush favorite. The first one is from Wayne Goss, and I did a full review of his Anniversary Collection Volume 2, which I'm very pleased with my brushes. I've since washed them a couple of times and they've retained their shape beautifully, they've released the color very beautifully, and they're still very soft as well. So very happy with my set, and I like this brush the best. This is the number 2 brush, and what I like about it is that this is sort of a little workhorse kind of a brush. You can use it for a lot of different things. You can set underneath your eyes, you can blend out contour, you can apply blush, you can apply highlighter, you can apply bronzer. It's just a nice little all-around brush, and I really enjoyed how my powders have applied with it. Blends out really nicely, and I think that the application is actually more of a light application, so I can definitely build up if I want more intensity, but I don't have to worry about ending up with a big streak somewhere where I wouldn't want one. So I definitely love Wayne Goss brushes, and very happy to have this number 2 brush in my collection this month. The other brush is by Stila Cosmetics, and this one is the number 33 brush. This brush, I'm actually surprised to hear from one of you that you have this brush because I've never seen this brush featured on anybody's channel ever, and I'm always watching my favorite makeup brushes videos because I love makeup brushes. Makeup brushes and eyeshadow palettes, yeah. In any case, this brush, I really like this one as well. I covered it in a 5 in 5, the same one that I used for the highlighting palette, and what I love about this one is even though it's a complexion brush, it's intended to be for foundation, I don't use this for foundation at all. I use it for concealer, as I mentioned in that video, because of the tapered point, I can get really underneath my eyes, and I have found that even if I'm using a beauty sponge, I still go in with this afterwards just to make sure I have that inner corner really well covered, and it just makes me realize how much I really love the brush. You would think that I would use the other side to get into my inner corner of my eye, and I can, but what I really like this side for is for highlighting the inner corner of my eye, because you just get that really precise highlight, and then also doing my brow bone highlight. I don't know, I just love this brush. I don't typically like dual-sided brushes because they're hard to store, but I have found that this one has just lived on top of my vanity and I have not put it away at all. I'm definitely loving this brush, and if you have deep set eyes and you find that it's hard to blend out your under eye concealer, maybe try this one. I think you might like it. I definitely do. So I mentioned that eyeshadow palettes are my other weakness, and so this month I wanted to share one eyeshadow palette, and it is a pricey one. This one is by Pat McGrath, and it is the Decadence eyeshadow palette. We'll definitely open it up and let you take a peek. Mine is definitely well loved. I have created a variety of looks using this palette, and you have all responded so nicely to it, especially when I was wearing the blues in my if I could only choose one makeup video. I was wearing this shade and this shade right here, and you all seem to really like the look, which thank you so much. That was so sweet. But this was the palette that I was wearing. I have worn a lot of the other shades as well, and this is a very nice metallic eyeshadow palette. If you dampen these shadows, oh my goodness, you get some metallic goodness, juiciness all over your lids. They're so pretty, and I really like the color selection. I like that there's some more neutral wearable shades, but there's also pops of colors for sure with the shade here and definitely the blues. So if you like metallic shadow, this would be something to consider. Now I do have to say that this is very different than her other eyeshadow palettes. Her other eyeshadow palettes have some dual chrome shades that are just gorgeous, as well as some really creamy mattes. This one has neither. These are strictly metallic shadows, and so it's just a slightly different formula. It is limited edition. They do have it on Sephora.com, I believe, so if you want to try it with the option to return it, if it doesn't work out for you, then I would suggest you purchase it there. But it is still available on the Pat McGrath website. And did you guys see she's coming out with little ones? Oh goodness help me. They're little mini ones, kind of like this. I think they have 6 shades each, and they're going to be priced at $55. And they launch on the same day as the Natasha Denona Tropical palette. Did you guys see that? I'll put pictures of both up here so you can take a look if you haven't seen them. But so far, I'm thinking that's gonna be in my purchases for the month of March. And I don't feel guilty because March is my birthday month. And if you're going to treat yourself, it should be on your birthday month, right? Right. So the next thing that I wanted to mention actually goes along really well with the brushes, and it is a brush cleaner. I meant to mention this in January, but I don't know how I forgot. I keep it over by my sink. It doesn't look so good right now because it just gets damp and, you know, the label gets damaged, but I keep it over by my sink and not really by my makeup, so I just forgot to mention it. I saw a lot of people are getting this in their lucky bags, and they're just like, brush cleaner, but it's really good. Like, try it. It's really good. I have the one in the scent of grapefruit, but it comes in a lot of different scents, and it's just a solid brush cleaner. This is what mine looks like. It's definitely indented because I've been using it for quite a while. I discovered this product because I emailed Beautylish when I started purchasing a lot of the Wayne Goss brushes, and I told them, you know, hey, those brushes are expensive and I really want to take good care of them, so how do you suggest that I clean them? Because I want them to last as long as possible. And they suggested that I clean them with this when I'm doing a deep clean, but to spot clean with something else, which I'll show you in some other video. But they definitely suggested that whenever I was doing a deep cleaning, which should be like once a month or once every 2 months, depending on how heavily you use your brushes, they did suggest this one. And it's really easy to use. All you have to do is open it up. I run some water through here, I dampen my brush, and I swirl it right there, and then I rinse it out when I'm done, and I leave it open until it's dry, just so you know no bacteria or anything grows in there. So I leave it open until it's dry, and then I seal it back up, and it's ready to go for next time. It is more affordable than the Beauty Blender Solid because it actually lasts a lot longer. I do like the Beauty Blender Solid though. It works really good, but this has lasted me a lot longer, and I also find that it somewhat conditions my brushes a little bit as well, and it leaves them really, really soft. So I just wanted to share it. If you got this in your lucky bag, it's really good. Definitely try it, give it a shot, and yeah, let me know what you think. The next product that I wanted to share with you is one that I may have featured it on a favorites before, but I haven't in a while. This is the House of Lashes eyelash adhesive, and it's available on Sephora. When I first started watching YouTube, this was like the eyelash adhesive that everybody would use and everybody would rave about, and so of course I had to have it and try it out for myself. And when I did, I was like, oh yeah, this is nice. You know, it really sticks on my lashes. It works really well. But it wasn't until I started running out, like I don't know if you can tell, but mine is like way down to here, and so it's a little bit harder to get the product out right now. And every time I go to put on my false lashes, I'm like, oh, I'm running out of my lash glue. I'm running out of my lash glue. And I have other lash glues, but this is my lash glue. And so I really like it. I like the clear one. It does come in black, but I'm a little bit messy with the black one. I still have to sort of shift my eyelashes around a little bit when I apply them. And so if I use the black one, it smears and it, you know, it makes kind of a mess. So I really like this clear one. And then usually I just go in and conceal the lash band with a little bit of dark shadow or gel liner. And I find that they last all day. I don't have any problem of the lashes lifting on the inner corner, which is usually what I have because my eyelids are like super curved, And so sometimes the natural curve of the lash band of an eyelash, it doesn't fit flush to my eye. And so that's when I really rely on the glue to stick it on there, and this one does. So I will definitely be repurchasing this. You'll probably see it on an empties soon. But yeah, definitely recommend. I would say just be gentle when you're removing it because it does stay on, but that's because the glue's pretty strong. So definitely be careful when you're removing them so you don't damage your natural lashes. Now onto my lip product favorites. I do have three, but they're two different formulas. The first one that I have is by L'Oreal, and this is from the Balmain collection, and this one is in the shade Fever. This is the one I knew I had to have. It's like a very burnt orange kind of shade, and now that I've used it more, I put this in my monthly makeup basket. Now that I've used it more, I have found that, yeah, ooh, I just painted my nose. Classic. Okay, so now that I've used it more, I have found that it does, I'm gonna paint my nose again. It does have that L'Oreal makeup smell. I don't think it smells bad. It's just, I don't know, it's just not ideal. If I was gonna pick a fragrance, it wouldn't be like this, but the color is so nice and I definitely cannot smell it when I put it on. I'm wearing another one right now in the shade Confession, and they're just very nice lipsticks. They're a little bit waxy, so if your lips are dry, I would suggest exfoliating and moisturizing so that it doesn't emphasize that or kind of streak. But other than that, these are really nice, and this shade is really unique. I really love that shade. I was wearing it in my 5 first impressions and Throwback Thursday video, and you guys responded really nicely about that as well. So yeah, this is what I was wearing in that video. I think it's a good one. They're definitely still available. They're available on Ulta. A little bit pricey for drugstore. I think they're about $15, but you could probably use that drugstore, the $3.50 off 15 or something like that, to get it at a slightly better price. So yeah, definitely love these. And then the last thing on my favorites for this month are the Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle lipsticks. This was actually like a really pleasant surprise. I always wanted the shade, what's it called? I always wanted the shade Freckle Fiesta, and I will swatch that one for you. It's gonna be very similar to this one actually, maybe just a little bit deeper. So this one is the Fenty Beauty one, and this is the L'Oreal one. I would say that the L'Oreal is a little more orange, and this one is a little more brown, but it's just a beautiful shade as well. And I was also wearing this one in a video. I don't know if it was the BoxyCharm or I'm not sure which video it was, but again, you guys really seem to like the lipstick, and so this is Freckle Fiesta by Fenty Beauty. I love a good matte lip, but we can't always do liquid lipsticks, and this is a really nice option. And you know, I know that they say that there's not a lot of product, which, I mean, that's quite a bit of product, especially if you have a lot of lipsticks. You're probably not gonna go through that quickly, and I find that a little goes a long way. It's full pigmentation on one swipe. I do have another shade, which I also enjoy, and this one is in the shade Griselda, and there is that swatch for you. It's like a deep plummy burgundy berry kind of color. I was wearing this one in another video where I was wearing the McGrath palette and some yellow eyeliner, and I had this on my lips. I do have a tutorial on that look coming up, but my footage was, ooh, it was bad. And it's taking me forever to edit. Like, I was holding a mirror and blocking my lens. It was really bad footage, but I'm trying to salvage it because I know that you guys really like the look. If all goes bad and I can't edit the video, then I'll just wear it again because it really was a pretty look. And I remember I put on Instagram, and even the Pat McGrath social media team. They actually liked my picture, and so that was exciting. I'll put like a picture here so that you can see if you want to see how it looked like or remember, but I was wearing this shade in that picture and I just liked the way that it looked because the eyes were more like softly pink maroon, but then this was very intense on the lips. I don't know, I just thought it was a really nice combination and I was really happy with the way that makeup look turned out. I just love playing with makeup, and when things work out well, it's just a lot of fun. That's everything for this video. I hope that you enjoyed looking at all of my February favorites. Let me know what your February favorites were. For me personally, the month of February was not a favorite at all. Things didn't go very well or according to plan, but you know, it happens, and I'm optimistic to see what March has to offer, especially because, like I mentioned, March is my birthday month, and so it's special just because of that. It's also the month during which we get spring break as professors. So even after we're out of college, professors definitely look forward to spring break as well. Thank you for joining me for this video. If you do enjoy favorites video, give this one a big thumbs up. Brighten my day as usual. Definitely share your favorites in the comment section down below, as I love to chit chat makeup with you. Don't forget to check out my monthly makeup basket. I will be doing a monthly makeup basket roundup where I give you reviews on absolutely everything that was in my makeup basket for this month, and then we will pull out some goodies to play with for the month of March. If this was your first visit to my channel, I hope that you enjoyed the video and hopefully you will subscribe and join my makeup family. Join me for some of my future videos. I do upload every single week. I hope that you're having a wonderful day so far, and I will see you again very, very soon on my next one. Bye-bye.